Welcome back to News 4. I'm Ellie French.
After last night's 8-2 victory over Wisconsin, the Nittany Lions couldn't have asked for a better start to this series. This time around for today's matchup, the Lady Lions do have home court advantage, but they're also facing a very different Iowa team that's currently ranked 13th in the nation and are going up against the nation's leading scorer in Megan Gustafson.
Penn State now knows its bowl destination. The Lions are heading south to face Kentucky in the Citrus Bowl. Penn State fans could breathe a sigh of relief today as head coach James Franklin announced that backup quarterback Tommy Stevens will be returning for the 2018 season.
Now, we talked about in the pregame if the Badgers would be able to bounce back from last night's difficult loss, and they've done more than just that through the first two periods at Pegula, currently leading 5-2.
Penn State men's basketball began Big Ten play almost a week ago, but haven't had quite the start they were hoping for.
In this first half, Penn State kept things kind of close, but then you guys were up 15 at halftime, were able to pull away a lot in the second half. What helped you guys to stay really locked in and pull away like that?
When you think about just how much the program has grown, where do you see it kind of going from there and just the future of it?
Out to Seattle, where it's suns out, guns out for this guy. Orioles taking on the Mariners. Tim Beckham has been strong since the O's got him at the deadline. First at bat at the game, and Beckham going yard. Lead-off homer for Beckham. Has a hit in all but one game since he's joined the Orioles. Second quarter, Parker on the drive. Goes high off the glass and in. LA up 13. Third quarter now, Sparks running away with it. Kick back for Parker, and she knocks down the jumper.
Bill King of the Sports Business Journal has been following the latest gold rush of states trying to legalize sports gambling.
There was federal legislation that banned sports betting in any state that didn't already have it. And so that's where we ended up in a situation where it was legal in Nevada and illegal everywhere else.
But the Supreme Court changed that in May of this year after overturning a federal law that bans sports gambling in most states.
So we now have sports betting in New Jersey. We have it in Mississippi. We have it in West Virginia. We'll soon have it in Pennsylvania.
Changes are already beginning to happen across the state. Just this week, the Pennsylvania Gaming Control Board awarded the state's first 2 sports gambling licenses to casinos in Dauphin and Bucks County.
But the goal isn't just to offer on-site sports gambling. Casinos want to bring the betting right to your phone.
The downside? The board says it could be a few months before casinos can take in-person and online bets. But once it happens, it could mean hundreds of millions of dollars for Pennsylvania. A recent report from Gambling Compliance says Pennsylvania could earn more than $380 million a year from sports gambling. But Penn State is concerned about the effect sports betting will have on its programs. President Eric Barron asked regulators for a 2-year moratorium on college sports betting in the state. But King says legalized betting has already taken off.
The train's left the station. I mean, the train has left the station.
In University Park, I'm Ellie French for the Center County Report.
Hello, I'm Kyle Smith. Here's how racing impacted my life. My grandfather is actually the man responsible for all this madness. He thought it was a good idea to bring a child to the racetracks back in the day. My father never let that interest go, and he was the one who put me in a go-kart at the age of 9. We were pretty bad for the first couple of years, but for a father and a son to be at the racetrack on weekends, you really couldn't beat it. We loved it, and we continue to do it. Fast forward to my early teens, and we were actually contemplating quitting the sport due to having lack of successes. But when we teamed up with Eric Jones and AeroKart back in the late 2000s, he helped me really fulfill my potential, and he brought me to the top level. At my peak, I actually almost won the biggest race in the world, Super Nationals in Las Vegas in 2015. And that's what led to us to really make a push to actually win the national title in 2016. So following 2015, we went into the 2016 Pro Tour, making that our #1 priority. Didn't last long though, unfortunately, as in the first round, I was involved in a near fatal accident that actually knocked me unconscious, almost killed me, and was a very serious brain injury. My first memories don't come until 2-3 months down the road, just because it really knocked me back. But the competitive person in me, coming from racing, it only took me 2 months to get back to school. It only took me 3 months to get back in a go-kart. It was rough early, but at the end of the day, karting is arguably my past. I want to continue to do it for fun. I love the sport. But the person that's made me today drove me to recover from that accident and be better with the second chance at life that I have. Looking forward to the career I have set up in Boston. I'm really looking forward to it because my favorite track in the country is up there.